Dear students, I am Dr. Garima Shrivastava from Lal Bahadur Shastri College, Lucknow. In the series of lectures of International Human Resource Management, today we are going to discuss HR and IR issues which are related to international human resources management. Now, for that purpose, it is important to understand what actually HR is. HR means the human resources or the human capital of the organization, and it involves every kind of function that the human resources in the organization perform. So, HRM is a strategic function concerned with recruitment, selection, training and development, performance appraisal, communication and labor management. Apart from these functions, many functions are being performed by human resource management department such as grievance redressals, etc. Staffing is an important aspect of international human resource management, because when we talk about staffing policies of MNCs, they are to be determined through various external factors that come into play when the organization goes for globalization. Now, when we talk about globalization, it means expansion of the organization in some other countries, in some other host countries. Now, when deciding on the host countries, it is important that the organization looks into various external factors such as the political factors, the rules and regulations that are being formed by the political parties in that particular country, which govern the business overall. All these rules and regulations are implemented on the labor as well as employees and the functioning of the organization. So, organization has to be very careful in choosing the country where they have to expand their business. Now, when talking about staffing, it becomes more important that what kind of strategy or approach that the organization is going to take up. So, we have already studied that staffing can be done through three types of processes, that is ethnocentric, polycentric and regiocentric. Now, when we talk about ethnocentric, it means hiring of people from the home country itself, where the parent company is located. Now, this is done because the organization has more trust, more loyal towards the employees who are in the home country, because the organization knows them and the employees are also aware of the various policies that are being implemented in the home country. So, the same kind of policies or functional framework can be followed in the host country intermediary also. So, over there the organization focuses that top management and almost all of the middle level management jobs are filled up by ethnocentric approach of staffing. Then we have polycentric approach. Now, we cannot take up a subsidiary where we hire altogether 100% of the employees from the home country. This is because the rules and regulations that are being placed by the political parties also does not support this kind of approach, and once the organization has set up for some business in the host country, it becomes the responsibility of the organization to provide opportunities of employment to the people where they have established this business. So, therefore, polycentric kind of approach has to be taken up. Now, polycentric approach focuses that the people from the host country are also being hired in the organization. Now, of course, when deciding on the people from the host country, it becomes important that what kind of skill sets they are having or experience or education sets they are having. Accordingly, they can be placed at the middle level management and the lower level management. Coming on to the third kind of approach, that is regiocentric approach. It states that the organization does not depend on the geographic area of the people like choosing from the home country or the host country. The organization either takes up the other approach. It sees that wherever the skills are available, wherever the education and your experience sets are available, it will hire the people from those places. So, therefore, it becomes regiocentric, that means hiring of people from altogether the whole world wherever the skill is available. Now, through this approach, the organization is definitely going to get green people, they are going to get people with highest level of skills, highest level of experiences for their organization. But sometimes when it goes for regiocentric approach, it becomes costly, because relocation of people from various places of the world in the host country is a difficult task for the organization, and managing their compensation package may also become a task for the international human resource management. So, therefore, different kind of approaches or a combination of these approaches have to be taken up, will be decided by the human resource department depending on the budget what the organization allows to them. Moving ahead, the second important aspect of HR is international training and development. Moving people from one country to the another is not that easy job. They need to be trained in certain kind of information, they need to be trained about certain kind of processes that are to be performed in the host country. So, it is important that the training of these people has to be done once they are to be prepared to go to the different host country and perform certain jobs. Now, when moving to the other country, the external factors like your political factor and the another very important external factor, that is cultural factor, is to be learned. Now, it becomes important that the people who are going to the host country need to know about the various culture patterns, the values, ethics, beliefs of the society of that particular country, because if they are not aware of these particular factors, they will not be able to cope up with all the challenges that these factors place in front of them. So, to gain recognition for knowledge and to increase the skill sets of the people, training and development needs to be given to the people. Next is international performance appraisal. So, once a person has decided to move to the host country, he has been trained for according to the various factors of that host country and has performed for certain period of time in the host country. Performance appraisal are important because these appraisals are actually going to give you a data, a feedback, a review about the performance of the people who have been sent to the other country. Along with this, it will also give you a kind of review about the gap that was being gap between the desired level of achievement and the actual level of achievement. So, whenever we get these gaps, we try to find out the various reasons why these gaps actually occurred, and therefore, these gaps can be removed through your training and development processes, giving feedback, taking feed forward from the employees and ultimately improvising all kinds of policies and practices that are being held in the organization. Then we have the last is international labor laws. When talking about labor, when talking about employees in the host country, like the home country, it is also the host country is also implementing various kind of labor laws, employee laws on the organizations that are functioning in the host country. So, awareness of these international legal norms and values that are being implemented by the political parties or the government in rule in that particular country becomes important for the organization, because if they do not follow, they do not oblige these particular laws, they may need to face certain kind of penalties in that host country. International labor laws covers both the substantive rules of law established by international level and the procedural laws related to the adoption and the implementation at the national level. Then the focus is the focus of labor laws is basically on the 4 types: subsidiary capabilities and resources, is workers structural power and workers associational power. So, these 4 dimensions need to be studied when we are talking about IR, international relations in the international context. So, very first one, subsidiary capabilities. Now, subsidiary means the setup of organization that has been set up in the host country. Now, how your subsidiary is working, what are its capabilities in terms of employee capabilities, the machine capabilities, the material capabilities, all these are being implemented by various laws that are there in the host country. Then comes workers structural power. Now, workers structural power means when you are hiring people, they may be from different skill sets, like they may be non-skilled, semi-skilled, skilled people, then you may be hiring technical people, managerial people. So, all kind of pool of people are forming a kind of structure in that particular host country. And similarly, when these people are coming together from various cultural background, various political background, various countries, they are having certain power in their hand when working in that particular host country. So, labor laws need to be studied under the light of structural power that these workers have. Then workers associational power. Now association means if worker is affiliated to certain kind of associations in those particular host country. Now when they are associated with certain particular certain associations in those country, they are generally termed through trade unions that are there in the host country. The workers become the member of these trade unions, and trade unions in turn what they do, they look about the various upgradations, various safeguarding measures that are needed to be taken for the workers. They also look into the fact that all the needs of the workers and the problems of the workers are solved at the earliest. So all these 4 dimensions are important when we are studying the labor laws and labor relations in an organization. So when we have now understood what actually is human resources in the MNCs, various issues that are related to human resource management department in the MNCs are as follows. The very first one is diversity and inclusion. Now of course, when I am talking about diversity, it means a number of people coming from various backgrounds, having different skill sets, having different educational sets, they are having their own cultural power, they are having their own knowledge power. So bringing along such a vast variety of people, such a diverse variety of people together in an organization is not an easy task, because it may further move to increased conflicts, increased kind of differences of opinion between the people. So to make them to work together on a particular project in a teamwork is important for human resource management. This is the particular function of human resource management. So when we talk about various issues of human resource management, they come from the dynamic factors that are there outside the organization. So these dynamic factors like culture, like political factors, economic factors, need for money, then size of pocket of the people, all these will present certain kind of challenge in front of the human resource management, and due to these challenges various human resource issues come up in front of the department. So very first one, diversity. Multinational companies hire staff from different countries and even employees from the host country, and likely to have global experience and speak multiple language. So diversity means bringing along people at the same platform, at one platform, who are from different countries. They have been practicing different kind of policies, functions in their own countries wherever they were working. They are having a large global experience, and they may be coming from various cultural background and speaking different languages. So integrating all of them and bringing together their expertise for the organization, and apart from them they have to stabilize every kind of differences between each other in the organization. So hiring a diverse workforce seems to be easier now, and that the world has learned how to successfully work from home. Now working with a diverse workforce is now becoming easy, because what HR has now made everything, almost everything at an automated form. Like we have HR metrics, we have HR analytics, where the HR department has already prepared a data of all the kinds of skill sets and the experience sets. They have analyzed what kind of people they need to be hiring today, tomorrow and day after. They have a very long term planning in terms of succession planning and the career planning for the people, which is done beforehand by the human resource development department. So that is why nowadays hiring of people and managing them in the organization at the organizational level is becoming more important. Moreover, if we see this pandemic era of COVID-19, over here the people have started working from home, and organizations are also allowing them to work from home as far as possible. So when the person is working from home, a lot of differences of opinion has been decreased. Inclusion means inclusion of achievement of work environment in which all the individuals are treated fairly and responsibly, respectfully. Now it means once you have hired diverse people, once you have hired people with various backgrounds, they need to be told they need to be given a feedback, they are being included in the various policy setups of the organization, and this will be done through achievement of work environment. So, the work environment of the organization should be such that the people do not feel that they are being left out or they are being ignored by the other people of the organization. So, whatever policies are there, like the policies related to training and development, policies related to project management and working on team, working together, working with cooperativeness, all these policies once implemented in a proper manner in the organization will bring about a feeling of inclusion amongst the people. So, it becomes important that the policies once formulated are implemented in a proper manner in the organization. Now, over here inclusion is also focusing at access to opportunities and resources and contribute to the organizational success. Now, inclusion means opportunities are open for everyone, they are not meant for only a single class of people or single level of management. This means that everyone who is eligible for a particular level of job, and if that job is open for the organization, is open for every level, so there will be no discrimination on the basis of new and old employee, it will be no discrimination on the basis of male and female employee, everyone will be given a equal opportunity in the organization. So, this is how you are going to manage this diverse force that you are having in your organization. Furthermore, a diverse work environment provides daily opportunities to learn other customs, engage in other cultural dialogue and become informed about international politics. So, once this diverse workforce come together, this workforce will further try to learn what other people have in their mind and what is the level of education that the other people are having with whom they are working. So, of course, once they are coming along with the people with different backgrounds, with different cultural dialogue, they also try to learn that what all new things, what are new trends, new renovated trends coming up in the world, and they are open to more and more different kind of factors of the external environment. This will again help them to learn about the various external factors like cultural factors of the different people with whom they are working, and it will also increase their expertise, their experience in terms of the culture of that particular country. Engaging in cultural exchange is as simple as striking up a conversation with someone in a break room. So, whenever there are breaks in between, people can come together, they can talk to each other and talk to each other about the different cultural backgrounds they are having, like a get together, planning a get together in the organization or some kind of function in the organization. So, due to these particular factors, they come together and they try to exchange the knowledge of their own cultural background. A diverse work environment enriches company culture, it increases an organization's bottom line as well as since different viewpoints and ideas lead to creativity and problem solving. Now, sometimes when the people are open minded, they are open to different kind of changes in the culture of the different people. The difference of opinion is less, the reduced difference of opinion will ultimately lead to problem solving of different problems that come up in the organization, because people talk to each other without the hitch of cultural difference between them, without the hitch of language difference between them. So, it will definitely lead to creativity, cooperativeness, team building, and ultimately the different problems between them are solved within the organization. Now, the second HR issue that has come up in the international context is growth and development, because once the organization is looking towards globalization, it is expanding in the host country, it will ultimately give growth and development to the career of the people who are moving to the host country. So, once the top perks employees go after is chance of keep growing in their role and both professionally and personally. So, once the people decide to move to the host country, the decision is almost because they want to grow in their career, they want to grow in their role personally as well as professionally. And of course, we all know that once a person goes to the host country, the compensation package also improves along with experience sets and skill sets that are improved. Now, it is hard to determine what your employees will appreciate and how pitch how to pitch what you think is valuable. Now, the particular policy that is valuable for the organization is not always that the same policy is valuable for the people. Now, it becomes important through various communication channel, transparent communication between the employer and the employee. They may be able to bring them at the same platform, like what the organization wants from them and what the people want from the organization. If these two things are being answered in a proper manner and being communicated between the two, it will be very important, it will be very easy to implement growth and development policies in the organization. Encouraging feedback from your employees and asking them directly what would they like to work on. This is a particular task that the human resource department can go for. Now, once you encourage feedback, once you encourage suggestions from the people, they may be coming up with various you can say valuable suggestions, and of course, the human resource department may also give them feedback according to the performance they have performed in the organization, and they may also take a feedback that what all are the areas in which they would like to work, or what are areas where they think that they are weak in. So, the organization can arrange for various training and developments in the areas where the people want, and of course, once they want this, they will be more dedicated to go in for these training and development processes and give a particular productivity to the organization. So, what skills they would like to develop and what path they would like to take. If all these questions are answered in a proper manner and a proper integration between the organizational goal and the individual goal is being set up, that means the human resource development department is able to understand the needs of the organization as well as integrate them with the needs of the people or the employees in the organization. It would be easy to implement the growth and development of organization as well as the growth and development of the people working in it. So, if your workforce is international, help them feel included and as competent in English as they do in their native language. Now, this is an important part because English is the mostly spoken language in the different countries. So, if another language is spoken other than English, so over there you should always encourage people to talk in English, because that can be a specific platform, a single language through which you can communicate with other people in the organization. Speaking in your own language, in your own native language, will again create a barrier between you and the other people with whom you are working. Then, thirdly, room for global advancement. Once growth and development is there is always a room, there is always an opportunity for global advancement for the people working in the organization. So, multinational organizations inspire confidence and employees tend to expect opportunities to advance. They expect that they will be having more career opportunities, they will be given more career growth once they work in a good performance in the host country. As an HR manager, he should make sure that proper implementation of succession planning and the career planning is done in the organization. Just by planning succession and career will not do, its proper implementation is important. Now, proper implementation means the person who is working in the host country, he is very well aware of different career path that he will be offered once he has completed the project in the host country. So, this is a process of identifying and tracking high potential employees who will be able to fulfill top management positions when they become vacant. Now, that means the people should be aware that whenever the top management positions become vacant, once they are eligible for those vacant positions and they are aware of their eligibility, this will create an opportunity for them to grow in the organization. It is a plan that managers can follow, implement and customize to meet the needs of the organization, divisions or departments of the organization. Fourthly, we can say future job opportunities, which are important issue of human resource development department. Now, talking about future job opportunities is important because once the project or once the assignment in the international context has completed, the person should be aware that what all job opportunities will be available for him within the same organization or in other organization outside, because once he is not aware of various job opportunities in future, he may be confused, he may be frustrated that what will be the end results of this particular assignment that he has taken up in the host country. So, today employers are eager to snap up qualified candidates with global experience. Someone who already has experience managing international projects and traveling several times a year can easily make transitions into new roles of the multinational firms. So, this particular experienced person can be further grown, can be further developed, trained to take up more higher level positions in the organization through his expertise, because he has been traveling a lot of times and he has already worked on international assignments and projects. So, once he has worked on these international assignments and projects, his experience becomes more enriched. Lastly, we can say networking opportunities during COVID-19 times. Employees who build genuine relationship with their colleagues and business contracts wind up with rich and diverse and international workforce. Whether an employee moves to another country, wants to break into a new industry, wishes to create their own startup, they can generally take up the network that they have created when they were on an international project. Multinational companies offers diverse workplaces that create conditions for innovativity and creativity. They provide employees with international work experience, opportunities, networks that can take their career to the next level. So, these are the following 5 issues which need to be taken consideration of by the human resource department, so that they bring about motivation and keep their morale boosted of the employees, and they move for the growth of the organization. Thank you so much.